working 2 years as a print reporter. Then after that, it's just been all internet. And the big idea that I was a part of was, hey, there's this thing called the internet, and we can have our newspapers up on the internet. So I was on a team that helped launch WashingtonPost.com, worked at AOL when people were first getting online, and it took a long time to create these new products and experiences. Anybody can go out there and they can start a Twitter account and start tweeting, like we saw during the Arab Spring, and that can result in a whole revolution. The journalists are always the ones who are closest to the customers, right? Who are using the products, and even the term product is something we never really said as journalists until I'd say about 5 years ago. Well, I think it's really about imagining the future, and not necessarily saying what the future will be, but working with the students and the faculty to both stay on top of what's happening. What's great about the students here, and I think really everywhere, is that they have pretty much grown up with digital technology, so they don't really have a lot of the hang-ups that people like us have about, it's like, oh, will people read our news stories on a tablet versus in a printed paper, and miss the feel of the paper in the magazine or whatever. Number one, they bring just fresh perspective, and they're really they're not just imagining where things can go. They actually are where it is now. So in a lot of ways, we can learn more from them in that respect. We can work with them to bring the values of journalism, truth, accuracy, fairness, a lot of the media law, like Twitter, like Storify, which is actually built up on top of the content side and the business side. And then, you necessarily have to sell the ad, but they need to be aware of how the advertising is paying for that. People who are teaching this, I've been in the profession, and bringing that together with students who are really the future journalists. I want to create an environment, or help create an environment here, that helps anybody, students, faculty, at Newhouse or across all of Syracuse University, anyone who has an idea for how to meet an information need of a community of interest that they define, show them how quickly they can do it. Community connections, right? And the more hyper-local you get, I think the more important that news is a conversation. If you could have a few students come together like that and come up with a new product together that they couldn't have done individually, then I think we'll see the next Facebook of news, or the next Foursquare of news, will come out of the Newhouse School. I want the environment to create future news entrepreneurs. I'm like the digital Sherpa, help people get up and Mount Everest, right? So I want to be there with them, but I'm not going to be the one who's, I'm going to be walking with them, but they're going to get themselves up there.